Hi friends, welcome back to Abhey, a YouTube testing channel. Let us gain knowledge on testing concepts. I request you to subscribe our channel.
Hi friends, in the previous video we have known about spiral model. Today we are going to learn about spiral model advantages and also we are going to know what are its disadvantages. Friends, if you have not watched the video related to spiral model and Sdlc and Sdlc phases, please watch those videos. The video links are provided in the iCard section so that you can get a clear picture of Sdlc and Sdlc phases and what is spiral model. Friends, let us look into the spiral model advantages. The first important point in the advantages list is testing is done for every cycle. Once we got the requirements, we are doing design phase and we are going for implementation phase. After implementation phase, we are testing. So this cycle continues. When no requirements comes, the second requirements come. So design is done based upon the requirements and implementation is there and testing is done. In the second cycle, testing is done for the second module and also we are doing some integration testing between module 2 and module 1 so that we are checking whether this module is compatible with the module 1 or not. And also we are verifying the module 1 functionality once again. So by this, testing is done each and every cycle. We are checking each and every module whether they are working fine. And also we are doing integration testing with the other previous modules. And also we are doing sanity testing with the previous module after integration is done. So testing is done every cycle is the first and foremost important point of the spiral model. And the second important point is customer will get use of software for every model because we are not delivering entire project at a one shot. It's not a big bang delivery. We are delivering by module. So once the module is delivered to the client after testing in deployment phase, so the customer will get use of this module, how the UI works, how the data is happening, how the functionality is getting executed. So you will be familiar with the UI and user interface of that modules. So once the module by module is coming, the entire project is handed over to the customer. So he is already get some little bit of experience with that UI user interface and the project. So he is not going first time seeing the entire project at a single shot. So this is also considered to be the most important point. And the third important point is requirement changes are allowed after every cycle. Once requirement is over, so design and implementation, testing and deploying to the customer. Then second requirements are taken, the cycle repeats, and the third requirements are taken, the cycle repeats. So it's after every cycle requirements are added. So this is also important point. And the last important point is it is a controlled model. We are saying it is a controlled model means we are developing module by module, and after every module, of the first module we are testing the module 1, and from the second module onwards we are testing the module 2, and also we are doing integration testing with the previous module. That is means module 2 we are integrating with the module 1, we are checking whether data flow is happening, data communication is happening between module 2 and module 1 and vice versa, and also we are doing sanity testing to the module 1. When the module 3 comes, we are testing the module and we are integrating with the module 2 and module 1, doing integration testing with the previous modules and also sanity testing to the previous module, and we are making sure that this after integrating with the previous module, the crash is not happening or any flaws is not happening, the communication is executed perfectly and also the functionality is working perfectly after integrating. So we don't find any crash issue or any failures of the functionality because of the new module is getting added or because of the environmental issues once they deploy to the customer. So we can say, friends, in the previous slide we had looked into the spiral model advantages. As every coin has head and tail, as every coin has two faces, the spiral model also have some pros and cons. So in this slide, we look into the disadvantages of the spiral model. The first disadvantages is requirement changes are not allowed in between the cycle. So when the cyclic process is going on, after one cycle is over, when the requirements came and we go for design phase, then implementation phase, then testing and deployment, then the new set of requirements will come. But within the cycle, when requirements come and we go for design phase, then implementation phase, when client want to change any requirements in between the cycle, it is not possible. So we have to observe that I am saying in between the cycle. In between the cycle, requirement changes are not allowed. And also, every cycle of spiral model looks like a waterfall model. So in the waterfall model, we had requirement phase, design phase, and some phases are there. So the main point in the waterfall model is after one phase is over, the second phase will get initiated, and then third phase will get initiated. But when the second phase get initiated, we can't come back to the first phase. The same thing is observed in spiral model cyclic process. When we take one cycle, the requirement, design, implementation, testing and deployment, this all goes ahead as like a waterfall model. Once the requirement is over, design phase is initiated, can't come back to the requirement phase and add a new requirement. Once the design phase is also over, we have to move to the implementation phase and we have to do coding. We can't come back to the design phase and change the tools which we plan to use and change the technology which we plan to work. Also, we can't change the environment which we designed for ourselves. And also, when the implementation is over, testing is initiated, and then so no requirements are added, no design phase is get edited. This is also one of the disadvantages of the spiral model. And the third disadvantage point in the spiral model is requirement and design phase not tested. So once the requirements is there, basic upon the design phase is done, basic upon the implementation phase is initiated. So we are not testing or verifying the requirements and design phase, whether they can be implemented or not, whether they have any flaws or not. We can't check or verify the design phase. These are the disadvantages of this spiral model. Because of these reasons, it's kept aside in some of the projects. So not to choose this spiral model development environment.
Friends, please click on like and subscribe button to get notification from us. And also, please share these YouTube links to your friends who are willing to gain knowledge on testing concepts.
Thank you one and all for your great support in supporting my Abhey YouTube testing tutorial channel. I hope you will continue this support forever.